Well,
Here we go.
congratulations. Like, so you're in shock.
Believe it.
Yeah.
I tried to call Pearson VUE to confirm that the message I read on the screen that said congratulations was real. And they
I don't think they would put congratulations you failed. So I think they put congratulations you passed. I think that would be a cruel trick on their side. So congratulations, you get to continue to study.
Here you go.
Yeah. So well, there you go. So we're already breaking into it. So that is really, really great. We actually have hopefully in the next 8 minutes, we have another person that I'm very, very excited to pass, a lady who only studied for 7 days. So we find out, you're going to find out live in 7 minutes if she passed. Like I had 3 children. I'm more nervous now than I was when I had 3 children. So so we'll see how this goes. So tell me a little bit about kind of your study process and like how you did on the exam stuff. I know you passed and everything's great, but like give me some more details, please.
So I did a boot camp. Horrible. Total waste of time.
Not my boot camp. Yeah.
No. I
Yeah.
found you through the podcast. I ended up getting your ebook and then doing the simulator.
Cool.
And I wish my company had given me the cash instead of sending me to that boot camp because that did nothing for me.
Okay.
I worked full time, got up every morning at 4:30 thinking, okay, Scott says, imagine what it's like if you pass, get out of bed, and I'd study and do all your ebook and all your classes, and I just can't believe it. Huge.
I'm very, very proud of you. It's a huge deal. So, I mean, I'm super proud of you. I think you obviously did a great job, and you should be excited. So that's cool. So how is this going to help your life, or how's it going to help your career and stuff?
This is a huge accomplishment. I have my master's and my MBA. I think this is bigger. Like this was more time than my MBA. This is just amazing. I'm still in shock. I'm still in shock. Like I said, I didn't believe it. I tried to get confirmation that it went through, but it said congratulations. So I guess I did.
There you go. So let's talk through a little bit of kind of about what the online experience was like, because there's a ton of people out there that are super into the online thing. So what was it like sitting down? Was it different? Did it freak you out? Just give me what you think.
My biggest fear was technical problems. I thought I was secure in my knowledge based on I got above 80 and all that stuff.
Yep.
Yesterday, I was taking my last online test with you. Yeah, I mean, you know, the test, and my computer died.
Oh, geez.
Oh yeah, my laptop totally died. So I was scrambling, trying to find another laptop. The whole time, that was my biggest concern. I'm like, should I change the smoke batteries in the smoke detector? Like, what if that goes off? What am I gonna do? I was so paranoid that something would happen technically. But based on all the hours that you and I spent together, I felt that I would pass knowledge-wise.
That's good. So it's always fun to meet people who already technically know by the power of video afterwards. But like, all right, so let's talk through kind of like, what time did your exam start? Like 11 or something like that this morning, or when did it start?
11:45.
11:45. So you were like fresh out of it. Like, oh, like this is crazy. Yeah.
Yes.
So cool. So did you show up early? Did you show up right on time? How did you show up? Like, what's the process
30
like?
minutes.
Okay.
Said 30 minutes early, and then it kept asking me to take pictures of the room. Like I must have done that 3 times, and take pictures of my driver's license. And I don't know if I was doing it wrong. And then
did you do the pictures through your phone or through the share the webcam?
No, but pictures with my phone, the front of your desk, the side of your desk, the back of your desk. Wasn't sure if I had to shut the window. They didn't ask me to. I did chat them. They have a chat feature, and I just said, oh my goodness, I need to turn my phone off. Is this okay? Like I'll be still in the camera view, but I didn't want my phone to go off. They said that was fine. Yeah. And they did talk to me once, which scared me. All of a sudden, they just said, they're like, Laura? And I'm like, yes. And she said, please don't talk to yourself anymore.
How much were you talking? I can't stop talking to myself. Like, it might be a problem, but how much were you talking?
I said I wasn't aware, but I think I was reading the question, and I might have been saying it out loud. So as soon as that happened after, I was like,
Did it hurt your flow? Did it hurt your like whatever or what?
A little bit. It was kind of concerning when all of a sudden a voice, when you're so into it, says hello.
Well, at least you know they're watching you, and that's cool. So,
Yeah.
that's cool. How hard? Or so okay. Let's talk before we get into the actual exam. Like, was there like software that you had to go through and like go through a tutorial, or when you started, or how was that?
Yep. So you have to download it, and that's where you put all your information in before you take the test to make sure your computer works, to make sure the microphone works, the camera works. You go through all that. I thought it was set, and then you get a link to your phone to take the pictures and your license.
Oh, that's awesome. That's cool. So once you get going, you went through all that stuff. Did you do anything with a little scratch pad or whatever you call it, a little white pad or anything? Did you do anything with that?
They gave me that, and I tried to use it once, and I just couldn't. It was for one of those, gosh, my whole mind is shot right now.
Yeah, that's like the EVM stuff or whatever. Yeah, like, yeah.
And I was like, it's too hard to try to figure out, where the path is, a critical path. So I said, you know what, I'm just gonna, I think I know the first two. I'm just gonna go with that and not waste any time.
That's cool. All right. So when you started the exam, like, what was the experience like? Were you nervous? Was it like, did you just like, what was the questions? Hard, easy, middle, somewhere in the middle? Obviously you did well, but talk me through kind of like how you managed yourself as you went through.
I thought it was super hard. I really thought I failed. Okay. And I've been preparing since January is when I took my boot camp, but I didn't really find you, I think, till February. Okay. It was rescheduled 2 times during coronavirus, which really messed with my head, I think.
There you go. Yeah, that sucks. Yeah. So all situational and those kind of things, my assumption is, the questions?
Yep.
And you took a break, you go through 90, you didn't take a break and then do the last 110, is that how it works?
Yep, I ended up just running out real quick to the bathroom, taking some Advil, coming back in and just trying to do it. I didn't end up, I flagged too many questions and I didn't end up going back. Okay, so all the practice tests were about 2.5 hours. Mm-hmm. This was almost 4 hours without going back. So. Yeah.
Well, there's no shame in that. I took about 4 hours or 3 hours and 59 minutes, and I had like a teensy bit of time to go back. So it's like there's a law. Work fills the time allowed. So that's just the way it goes. Now, when you think back, being that you're a successful PMP student now, and which is if you had to start again from zero, because there's a lot of people that are either discouraged now or whatever, and some of them are just getting going. What would be the process, or what would be some kind of like things that you'd want to impart on them so that they don't struggle and that they could be as successful as you?
So I took the boot camp and it made no sense to me. My company sent me, I ended up feeling kind of dumb actually. I'm usually an overachiever, all that stuff. And I take their little test. I'm like, what? Mm-hmm. I start reading the book, the PMBOK. Okay, how am I retaining any of this? And honestly, I got a new car, right? New to me. And I got the free Sirius XM radio, whatever. I never even got to use it because every time I was in the car, it was your podcast.
Well, that's not so bad. I got some friends at GM, so maybe they can give you a 6-month trial again. It cost them some money.
I listened to that nonstop to and from work when we were driving to work, and that book, I did the ebook, and as I had it, you'd say, this is the section in the PMBOK. Mm-hmm. So I'd listen, I'd go to the PMBOK, I'd highlight, I'd make notes about everything so it made sense, go back and forth to the ebook, and that was so helpful. I wish I found your videos earlier. I found those great. I love the stories and all that stuff.
That's cool. That's cool. What does John look like in your mind?
He's kind of nerdy, but he's a good guy. Okay. You think when you get to know him, he opens up, but you're kind of like, do I want to go out for drinks with you? And once you do, you said, you're my best friend.
Okay, cool. Well, the real John is not nerdy, but he's he's got glasses. But yeah, I always ask people what John looks like in their mind because it's interesting because I know what he looks like in my mind. And he doesn't look like the real John that I know, but he looks like a little bit different. But so that's cool. Great. And so what are you going to do now? I know you're going to take a night off and relax, but is this something?
My mind is just blown. Like, this is all I've been doing every single weekend, every morning before work, after work. I can't even believe it. You know the AC/DC's on TNT?
I do know it. I might get my son to sing
so
it
this
if you
was
want.
me every day. PMP, it's dynamite. I mean, I just lived and breathed it, and I can't believe it's over.
That's really great. That's really great. So cool. So you tell people kind of just like focus and study by process group and kind of do those kind of things. Yeah. Those, like, how would you say, like, what would be the best kind of like learning style? I mean, what would be the approach you would say that they should follow? How would you recommend they do it?
I mean, I found taking the book and using the actual PMBOK to me made a lot of sense. My PMBOK's got colors everywhere and notes and this and this, and it's a mess. And the individual exams that you had, I mean, that gave me confidence. Like, wow, I'm really getting it. I can move on. I can move on. I made the mistake of downloading other like apps or whatever, and I just didn't.
Yeah. You just can't trust the quality. It's weird out there. Yeah. So.
Yeah. And it's funny you say quality. I noticed a typo on the exam.
Oh, really? On the real PMP exam?
I spelled something wrong.
Oh no. Well, maybe that's the British spelling or something. Who knows? Like,
no, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so. It's like you should have knocked on the phone and said, or the camera and said, "Excuse me, person in there. There's a problem wrong here."
Oh my goodness.
Well, that's cool. Well, Laura, I think you did an exceptional job, obviously, and we're really proud of you. And I'm sad that that you won't be talking to me via the computer, but or the audio book, but that's okay. And
honestly, I don't know if you know the impact that you have on people. I mean, honestly, I could not have done this. And you spoke in a language that I understood. You gave me the confidence I needed. I mean, everything you said, when I said I'd wake up in the morning and I think of you going, picture yourself passing versus picture yourself failing. And I'd march to my computer, listen, with my little PMP dynamite. And I mean, I said, oh, Scott, my best friend,
All right. Well, that's
thank you.
It means a lot to me. It means a lot to me to hear that. Like, and people might not know kind of what you're saying. You said it a couple times about like picture yourself failing and picture yourself passing. It is something that like I made a decision, and we do in all our class, all our e-course and everything like that. But for people that don't know what we're talking about, kind of like talk them through, like, it's not in the PMBOK. It's something I made up, but like, what is it? What are you talking about? Like, how to help you?
So the motivation to actually get out of bed at 4:30 in the morning to study before you go spend 10 hours a day with a crazy life. And you had said, I don't remember if it was in a podcast probably, but you said, picture yourself passing this test and what it means to you and what it'll do for your life and how you'll feel. And then picture yourself failing and how will you tell people? And I just said, I don't want to be in that position.
Yeah.
And as much as I hate you, I'm going to get up and do it. And it just, it just worked. And I felt a connection somehow. I mean, I think I probably listened to you more than my husband in the last 3 months. But that's okay. It worked.
Yeah, that's all right. You can go back to him now. So that's cool. Yeah. Listening to him.
So,
yeah,
it was just it was harder than I thought. I don't know if my mindset, it's a really crazy time right now between this whole COVID-19 and how that impacts your life and your loved ones and your work situation. If you can pass through this, I think you can do anything.
Yeah, you should get a little bonus. Yeah,
I think April, if I had it when it was originally scheduled, it would have been just a totally different mindset. So
right, that's cool. What kind of project manager are you? Like, what do you do? Like, you don't have to tell me the company or anything, but just what kind of work?
I basically am a manager. I manage a group of about 8 engineers, telecommunications company.
That's cool.
My boss had sent me to the boot camp, suggested I did this. It wasn't a requirement, and you know, obviously that's a no-brainer. If they're going to put me through a boot camp, this is a huge thing to get.
Well, that's really cool. Well, I think that's great, and I think I'm really glad that we were able to help you and you resonated with our stuff, and it means a ton. And so, like, yeah, that last thing about like picturing yourself failing and passing is like something that was impactful for me, because like I did picture myself, and like literally in the exam I was like, dude, I don't think I'm gonna pass this thing. Like, what am I gonna tell? I'm an adult, and like, what am I gonna tell my mother? And like, I saw myself and I was like, what's that?
I took the day off work. I didn't tell them why.
Oh, really? You didn't? Yeah. So you can go back and tell them why now. Because you could have said, I would, you know, I finally got into the dentist if you would have failed. But now, now you can tell them why.
Exactly.
That is awesome. Well, congratulations. You did a great job. I think you can go and relax now. And you can still get up at 4:30 like me, and we can work together if you want to now. So.
But I'm done.
Well, good job. Good job regardless. So congratulations. Congratulations.
And awesome. And keep doing what you're doing. And please know the impact that you're really having. This isn't, I mean, this is enormous.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
I don't think I could have done it without you. So thank you. And I'm so happy I had the opportunity to thank you.
Yeah, it's really awesome. It means yeah, I give you a hug too. That's really cool. I appreciate it. Thank you, ma'am.
All right. Well, thank you.
Yep.